next few minutes. In the next few minutes, we'll have more people showing up to join us. Some of our cast is staying up all night in other parts of the world, so they'll be logging in any minute. But I wanted to just start off by thanking everyone. I saw that we were trending on Twitter, which was amazing. The comments could not have been more supportive and terrific, and we're just real grateful to get a chance to talk to you guys. And I will try and get some of your questions answered, but I'm going to be kind of jumping back and forth between this and looking at the questions, so forgive me. And if any of you did not get to see the show tonight, if you missed it, the show will air always the next day on Peacock, if you have Peacock. And if you don't, but you still want to check out the show, the first 2 episodes will be available on Electric Now. Episode 1 will be available as of tomorrow for 2 weeks only. And episode 2 will start the day after it airs on Sci-Fi, also for 2 weeks only. And of course, you could always see it on our live channel or on demand during that time period. And if you dig it, get a subscription to Peacock, and you can get the whole rest of the series there. All right, let me see if I can see some of these. Some very nice comments about the show. Thank you. And yes, of course, if you're on the West Coast, we're just about to start showing at 10 o'clock, which will be right about the time we're going to wrap up this Facebook Live. So if you're on here, you can go right to that. And again, if you don't have Sci-Fi Channel, try to get us on Peacock. If you just want to get a taste, check us out on Electric Now. It'll be on the live channel or available on demand for the next 2 weeks. Trying to see. You guys are so supportive. I'm just reading some of these comments about how you're trying to help each other understand things. Leanne says it was so good she needs to watch it twice. Well, I hope you watch it as many times as you as you find it entertaining. You know, when you're a filmmaker, you have to watch a show like dozens of times because you're watching it for the effects and you're watching for the sound and the mix and the music and the edit. I hope you watch it several times, and I hope each time you get something new out of it. There's a lot of hidden gems in here, and you'll be surprised what pays off later from this episode, things that you may have even forgotten after watching it. Marcia is asking if this is going to be a combo of arc and episodic stories. Yeah, I mean, this is a serialized show. So if you've seen some of my other shows, this is a little more like The Outpost than it is, say, Leverage. But you know, any individual episode will have its own story, but everything is in service of a much larger arc. Leanne says she's going to watch it twice tonight. Good. Nathan's asking me, how's it going? Well, it's going pretty good tonight. You know, you never know when a show launches how people are going to react, and you know, sure, there was a few people who didn't love it, but the massive amount of people who showed support and love and said good things about the show is heartwarming, not just to me, but to everyone who works on the show. Also seeing some of our old friends showing up. Javier Ariel, it's seeing you again is great. So he's right. So you wrote and directed this. Which role did you enjoy most? Well, probably directing. I enjoyed it most just because I got to be in Serbia with the cast and discussing with them their characters and where it's going. You know, my co-showrunner on this is Jonathan Glasner, who's coming on right now. And, you know, he's who I really look to for the expertise in writing a show like this. So, yeah, I really enjoyed directing it. And I really enjoy reading Jonathan Glasner's scripts that he does with our writers. Oh, Deanna's here.
Hello.
Tiana, were you able to watch it while it was on?
Yeah, with the link. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
For the first time. Yeah.
So those of you who are only meeting her tonight on the Arc, she's a wonderful actress that we met in Serbia, but we also worked together in another show called The Outpost. And if you've never seen that, go to either Freevee or Electric Now and check out the episodes. She's marvelous in that show, and we were so grateful to get her back on this one. Hi, John.
Hi. Hi, Tiana.
Hello.
What time is it there?
It's 5:58 in the morning.
Ouch.
It's fine. I mean, we look fresh, kind of.
Stephen Moore is joining us, another one of our actors from the show who has double duty on the ship, both as the ship's chaplain, but also as the head nurse.
Good morning.
How are you?
Very well. How are you?
Good.
Good.
We're getting some nice comments from people saying how much they love the entire cast.
I love the comments. I'm really, I mean, honestly, I'm not so surprised, but it's really nice to finally hear some of the thoughts on the show.
Jillian writes, everyone came out strong in this first episode in front and behind the camera. Angela says it's a new favorite. And Scott is watching now. Tamara, hi, welcome. Good to see you.
Hi, thanks. Nice to see you.
And I think Stacy is coming aboard. At least I see her name. I don't see the camera yet. Okay, she is. Hi,
There she
Stacy.
is.
It's very early.
Stacy, were you able to watch? Oh, wait, did we lose her? I think we did lose her. Maybe she'll be back.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, Stephen, were you able to watch it while it was on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
so fun. I tweeted a bit.
Yeah.
I'm still new with that, but it was so fun, and oh, it's so amazing. Everyone seeing it like this this morning in Serbia. It's surreal. It's completely surreal, and it's beautiful. I'm so happy.
Nathan is asking if we've enjoyed the gifs, the gifs or gifs he's been making from the teasers. Have you guys seen that online?
I haven't.
Oh, you gotta see
I
him.
have.
Terrific.
They're really good.
I'm incapable of finding things on the internet.
So Marcia has a question for Tiana. She says, Tiana, you lost your love already, but in the sneak peeks, it looks like you're going to move forward. How difficult will it be for your character?
I'm not saying a thing. You have to watch the show.
That's the correct answer. Javier says he loves Stacy's character.
Oh, thank you.
Stacy, was it interesting seeing your character come to life on screen?
I loved seeing her like on the screen. It was really weird watching myself back though. I had to get used to that as the episode went on.
It's an unusual thing to watch yourself in a show, especially when you're playing someone who's
Yeah.
not you.
Must have been cool for all of you to finally see what you were seeing out the windows.
Absolutely, yes.
It did look good. It wasn't just green.
Exactly.
You killed it, Stacy.
Oh, thanks. So did you. I'm sorry that Ava's heart got broken.
Yeah, it was hard. It was really heartbreaking. It looks so good. I'm so happy.
Leanne is referring to you as the lovely Warlita.
Well, I mean, Ava is really, really different than Rolita. So yeah, I can't wait to see the comments on that. I don't think the audience really saw me like this.
Yeah, it's very different. That's for sure.
Is the captain joining us?
I hope so. Although she was having some trouble online earlier.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah, I
about
think
that.
she might be somewhere where she is having a hard time getting internet.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, great show.
JJ is asking what was the inspiration behind the show and is it based off of a book or something? No, JJ, it actually, came from a conversation I was having with a man named Michael Wright, who is one of our producers on the show and used to be the head of TNT. He now runs MGM Plus, and he's a dear old friend. And he and I were just talking about shows that takes place on spaceships. And he was saying, what he missed about the ones that he grew up with and loved. And it got me feeling, the feelings I had when I grew up watching spaceship shows. And I just started thinking, well, if I had one that I was going to do, what would be my angle? What would be the take? And that's when I came up with this idea of, well, what would happen if you had a ship full of people who weren't supposed to be running the ship? Well, what would happen in that situation? And then I showed an early draft to Jonathan Glasner. He gave me a bunch of notes, which made it much better. And that's how the show got born. And our captain has joined us, Christy Burke. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so mad. I think I'm banned from Twitter, guys.
What
Banned.
happened?
Me and Patrick tried to get me a Twitter account for 4 hours today.
Really?
Wow.
I'm banned. Someone call Elon.
Yeah, you must have said something bad about him or something.
I have no idea. And so Tiana was I was like, tell everybody I wish I could be there.
Marcia is asking Stacy, saying, you had so many lines as your character speaks so quickly. How did you build up to that? Or is that normal for you?
I mean, I am a bit talkative when I do get nervous, but Alicia's just a whole different level. Essentially, it was just a lot of repetition and hoping that my lovely, lovely cast members were very patient with me.
Stacey, you killed it, dude. You were so amazing. You shined.
I'm so weird.
You shined. I
Thank
loved
you.
it. I felt like Garnett. I was watching you, literally being she's
Casey says, loved all the characters are strong in their own right, made the story dynamic. I agree with that. I thought, and I'm not saying that from a writer's point of view, I really think all of you and the rest of the cast who's not here, really brought so much to each character and made them so different from each other. And they all were strong. They were all very strong people.
Yeah. I love Tiana when because I wasn't there. I didn't get to see the Ewan Harris scene.
Oh my God, I loved it. Yeah.
You were amazing, dude. I was crying. Me and my sister were tearing up. We're no.
Come on. And the
Seriously.
speech, but the speech, I mean, I think Shalini
The
wrote about that
speech.
scene. It was really emotional when we were shooting it. And I have to say, it was emotional watching it right now from the distance.
Mm.
And it was just, I cried that day when you were giving us the speech for the first time when we were shooting it, and it turned out amazing.
Yeah, I wish I could say I wrote that speech.
Well, you made it your own.
Yeah, and you know what? That's the first thing I ever memorized on this show.
Well, that's right. That was your audition piece, wasn't it?
Mm.
Well, I love the comments that people made at the end of that speech online. It was so supportive and lovely.
Yeah. I know I read a review that said Garnett's like the Don Draper of the Ark. And I was like, I actually love that. Yes, I'll take that. I was like, minus the cigarettes and whiskey. I'll take that.
And womanizing.
Yeah, totally. Minus a few attributes, but I'll take it.
Maybe we can add whiskey.
Yeah.
More like whiskey.
So Rob says that it was emotional, but that his bourbon got him through it.
Oh. I guess we need to know, Ron, what type of bourbon was it?
Yeah, Ron will appreciate a scene coming up in a few episodes about bourbon.
JJ says that Sharon is a natural leader.
She is.
Don't know where that comes from.
So how did you guys feel watching the show today? Was it
Proud.
the first time for many of you, or had you all seen it before? Who had not seen it before tonight?
I had never seen it before and I was so blown away. I didn't really know what to expect, even though seeing like little bits of here and there. And it was just incredible. It was really great to see what we've all been up to finally. So yeah, good job, everybody.
Marcia is asking you, Christy, there's a lot of mystery with Sharon. What went on in Jacksonville, Florida?
We'll find out.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Yeah. Garnett does have a lot of secrets. And still to this day, I feel like she has secrets. I was thinking about that and I'm like, there's still some things that we haven't, answered. But yeah, you guys will find out. Those were my favorite thing. That was my favorite thing about her though. All those secrets. Yeah. Jacksonville, Florida.
Tomorrow, one of our viewers here said that they missed you in the first viewing, but when they watched it the second time, they went, "Oh my God, that's the girl from Outpost."
Yeah, that's me. That's me. Nice catch. Yeah, that's me. I'm here with these guys working again, being so happy that I've met them, and I'm just enjoying listening to you now, honestly, and seeing you after all this time. I'm like, great, great. I have to be on set in an hour, and I'm like just listening and enjoying all of this.
Oh my
I'm so happy. Yeah.
You and Pavle were so intimidating in that scene.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't know we were going to get Tamara until very close to the time of shooting. So that character really kind of develops over the season because we didn't know we were going to get such a great actor for that part.
Thank you. Hi.
Good
So-
morning, everyone.
JJ is asking, oh, hey, welcome.
Hello.
JJ is asking, who is the practical Joker on set?
I want to say Reese.
Well, I would have thought you'd say Richard.
Oh, Richard is up there. Richard has like the best like one-liners where he's like, you look at him and he's just like, he says something and I couldn't stop laughing. Would you agree, Stacey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like Reese was like, he's a practical joker. Like he'd get me,
It's a perfect duo.
Yeah, the dudes.
It is. They've got like different kinds of humor and it works really well together.
Yeah, they have like a bromance going on.
Yep.
Real one.
A real one for sure.
Was there ever a time this season where somebody started cracking up on set and couldn't stop?
I could tell you a time it didn't happen. I'll never forget that scene, Tiana and Stacey, when remember it was like we were shooting the master, so like a big wide, and Ryan starts and he like messes up his line and I'm like, it's okay, we'll keep going, it's okay, they'll get it in the close-up. And then Stacey goes and she messes up her line. And then Tiana messes up her
I
line.
remember.
I mess up my line, and then Reese at the end of the scene is supposed to come in and he's like, guys, get it together.
It was so funny. But yeah, it happened from time to time.
We just couldn't stop laughing. And then there was one in the recharging room, remember, with Shalini?
Yeah. Where we
Oh,
all
it
just
was
couldn't,
because-
we couldn't look at the camera, could we? We literally just turned away.
Yeah, and it was because our first AD had to make an alarm sound, and his alarm sound was like, "Rah, rah."
My dear friend and mentor, Brian Pike,
Yeah.
just typed in and asked how many seasons do I see for this show? It's a good question, and it's something that Jonathan Glasner and I talked about a lot, because we really don't like it when a show overstays its welcome. When it tries to do more episodes than it should. So we plotted this out from the beginning, and we said no matter what, we don't do more than 18 seasons. That's it. Then we just cut it off at 18. Even if we want to tell more, just 18. That's all you're gonna get.
We'll
That's
all be in wheelchairs. I'll be dead. Oh man, did you guys see that? My friend sent me a meme of me, and it was like, when they're like, "Where's the captain?" and I'm just like, "She's dead." and then underneath the tweet, it said like, "Blunt, very blunt."
Send this
I
to
did
me.
see that.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. My friend like took a picture of it because I couldn't be on Twitter. I was bummed.
Stacey, Rob is also asking, did you have to practice to be able to talk that fast?
I think it just kind of came. With all the repetition I do, trying to get the lines in. It just kind of made it fast. And I remember as well when we had the recall audition over Zoom. I remember you, Dean. You literally were just like, "That was good. Now do it like twice as fast." And I literally was like, "Okay." And then I kind of just did that on set for like the rest of the season.
But you also are someone who's like that, Stacey. Like you would like we'd be like Barstool Loop, and you're like, "Well, actually, blah, 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 blah." Me and
I
Richard
know a
were
random
what
fact.
the heck?
I'm nowhere close to Alicia's level of intelligence, but I do know the random thing here and there.
Another question for all of you is, did anyone feel weird wearing those spacesuits to be in character and miss those helmets on your heads?
Yeah,
It was
that
really difficult to go to the toilet with the suits on, I found.
Yeah, there were long days in the suits.
Oh my
not gonna
God.
lie.
Yeah, that was
They were really
difficult. But yeah.
they would have like a smell to them where you'd be like, because it was also so hot in Serbia.
And so many of us in a spaceship.
Yeah.
There's something about accumulating the energy in the suit, so you like get used to it. So you like make your character out of that energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The helmets look cool, but like they were hard to act in, man.
Yeah,
I
you
couldn't
couldn't.
hear anything when he had it on.
Yeah.
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 Sandra is saying to me that it would be cool if some of the cast from Leverage Redemption had walk-on parts on the show. It would have been cool, but we literally started shooting Leverage Redemption season 2 on the exact same day we started shooting the season for the Ark. So they both started on the same time. So there was no way to have any kind of crossover, but good idea.
I think I would have started crying. I did a bit part on Falling Skies, and Noah Wiley was so sweet, and I grew up watching him on ER. I think I would have cried if he showed up on the set of the Ark.
JJ is asking if it was hard to breathe in the helmets.
It was impossible to breathe.
Yeah, we had to take a lot of breaks.
Yeah,
And they were hot, weren't they?
They
were
were
hot. Yeah.
I don't know if it got better or worse after I directed the pilot, but when we were doing the pilot, the glass kept falling out of the helmets constantly.
Yeah, I had a breakdown at one point. I was like,
Javier is asking where this was shot. Who wants to answer that?
Serbia.
Serbia.
Belgrade.
Belgrade, Serbia.
Motherland.
We had done another series there called The Outpost, and we fell in love with Serbia. We fell in love with the talent both in front of and behind the camera. Then I did a feature film there called The Deal. So when we had the chance to do this series, we all wanted to go back and be in Serbia with the beautiful people there, the wonderful food. I mean, it's such a joy to work there. Sometimes you do a show in different countries and you have to bring a lot of talent with you because, they don't have the right crews or they don't have the right people. But in Serbia, just up and down, in front of the camera, behind the camera, enormous amount of talent. So it was really a joy to get to shoot there.
and they have great ice cream. I eat ice cream every day.
You
As
guys were
Reese likes to
addicted to
tell-
that ice cream, weren't you?
I know. I like did an interview the other day, like a podcast, and Reese, I guess, had like told the guy I'm addicted to ice cream. I was like, I feel like this is an intervention.
No. You're all coming back.
Hope so.
I hope so too. I miss our family of misfits.
Definitely.
Losing our minds.
Losing our minds in the best way.
In the best way. In the best way.
Rob is asking if there's going to be a blooper reel. Did we make a blooper reel, John? I don't think we did.
Not yet, but we've certainly got the footage.
Hey, what's that mean?
I'm scared.
Me too. It'd be a lot of us being like, I don't.
Yep.
I'll take that again. Be a
Yeah,
lot of those.
I'm gonna start again. I'm gonna start it again.
So the question they're already getting is, when will we know about a second season? I don't know. We're ready to go do it. We're waiting to hear. I think, look, it really just depends on the kind of response that Sci-Fi and Peacock get for the show. Today was terrific. You know, we have more days like this. I would say we got a very good chance at it.
Yeah.
Sandra says that Independence Day was one of her favorites. She's watched it at least 25 times over the year, looking forward to seeing this new Sci-Fi. Well, thank you. I'm so glad you like it. And I'm so glad you like this one. Hopefully you'll be saying that about this after 25 viewings.
That must be so cool, Dean, to have people be like, I've seen your movie like 30 times. Like, what does that feel like when people say that?
It's wild, but I'll tell you something. Before we started shooting the season of The Ark, they were so kind in Serbia to give me a Lifetime Achievement Award at the film festival there. And one of the things they did is they screened the movie Stargate, and then we had like a talk afterwards. But the print that they showed was the original Serbian print from 25 years ago. So it was all like ratty and torn, and the colors had faded. It looked like I was looking at an old Charlie Chaplin movie. I felt so old. And when the screening was over, this lovely man in the audience came over to me and said, the very first movie my parents ever took me to was Stargate. And I almost smacked him, saying, you cannot make me feel that old today. But it was very, very sweet. Marcia is thanking us for this event. They say it's cool for the fans. We like to do stuff with fans, but it's also cool for us to get to interact with you guys. It's a strange thing in our business, is that we're one of the few businesses that doesn't nurture a one-to-one relationship with the customer. And I think you're seeing these actors come out here. It's the middle of the night for almost all of them, but they're coming here to show love to you guys because of the love we get from you all. And we're going to try and do cool events throughout the year. On the Electric Now channel, every single week we have a special podcast called After the Ark, where we'll talk about every single episode the day after it airs, and we'll have behind the scenes footage and interviews. But yeah, we believe in having a sense of community. We had a real community making the show, and we're hoping that community will extend out to the fans, and then hopefully we get to make more of these.
For 19 seasons.
Yeah. Wait, that number keeps
18,
getting higher.
18.
That number keeps getting.
I know.
Yeah, sci-fi fans are the best. When we did the TCAs, there was like 10 people outside waiting with like the poster of the show. It was like the coolest thing, and they were so sweet.
So Rob has a good question, but I think it's hard to answer because we don't want to give away anything. But Rob asks if any of you have a favorite episode.
Episode 4 is one of my favorites. I mean, that's one of, like, there's more that come on. I think episode 8 as well. But like episode 4, I remember when I first read that, I was like, yeah, I really love this one.
Yeah. Episode 4. I do really like episode 12, the finale. I haven't seen it, but like I remember reading that being like, yeah, we did the thing. That was really cool, that episode.
I loved 12.
Yeah. And
Oh, that's good.
8 and 9 were interesting. I mean them all. I love them all.
I think it's because of the build up all the way to 12, because it's just such a good build up that once you hit 12, it's like, yeah, really great.
Yeah, I'm so glad we got to do 12 episodes. You know, there's this trend nowadays of doing 6 episode seasons or 8 episode seasons. So I was really glad we were able to get, you know, at least 12, maybe more in the future. But it's nice because you get to tell a deeper story. You get to go into characters more. Howard's asking me if did I write the first season? No, I only wrote the first episode. That's the only episode I wrote on. I didn't even do any rewrites on any other episodes. Jonathan Glasner is the best showrunner in the business. I love working with him. He did such a great job developing this. I'd give him notes once in a while, of which mostly he would ignore because he's smarter than me. But he developed an amazing season, and I loved it. And you know, it's funny when you were talking about these episodes that are your favorites. You know, because I remember as the scripts were being developed and we're prepping them and we're figuring out who's going to direct it and stuff. You know, you're very inside of it, and then yet later when we're watching the episodes all put together, I completely forget what's about to happen, and I get shocked and I get surprised.
We had a great set of writers too. I can't take credit for all of it. We had John Paul Nickel and Rebecca Rosenberg and Kendall Lampkin all had
Wonderful writers.
just as much input into it as I did. They were great.
Okay, here's a good question. Sandra's asking, do any of you use an accent in the show that is not your original accent?
None of the people that are
Excellent
here on
language.
the none of the people that are here on the podcast do. But
Alicia does, in a sense. Hers is like an
Sort of.
everything.
yeah, Angus does an American accent. He's actually British.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Taylor is doing an American accent.
Yeah, Miles. You know,
And,
I actually have a Fargo accent, you know, but
And Richard, who
I'm
plays
Canadian,
Bryce.
you know, but actually,
Richard, who plays Bryce, is actually has a proper British accent, but he does a Scottish accent on the show.
yeah.
Here's a good question. Not counting your own character, who is your other favorite character on the arc?
I would say Angus and Alicia, that duo.
They're always surprising.
Yeah.
I think people are going to be real surprised where those storylines go.
Yeah, me too.
I would probably say, you know, Garnett. She's just a really good inspiration, like a really good person to like look up to. And I also really love Ava. I don't know, I love really strong female characters.
We'll give you that $20 later, Stacy. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
This is an interesting question. Someone's asking if we think it would be great to do this as a film with more conflicts in space. You know, I would actually say the opposite. It's more fun for us to do this as a series because we don't have to use shorthand. You know, we can really tell a story over many episodes, and I think we're able to make the characters more surprising. You know, I'm willing to bet that a lot of people who saw the show tonight think they know all the characters and think they have them figured out. And I think they're going to get very surprised, even in the next 2 episodes, of all the turns that happen. And that's what's great about a series is you've got time to let characters evolve and to redeem themselves or to reveal themselves. You know, I really enjoy telling a story over many episodes.
I think too, like you're right. Like each episode, you think you know where it's going or what a character's doing, and I'm literally speaking each episode, and then like the next episode comes, and you're like, "What?" I know reading it. That's how I felt.
Here's an interesting
Yeah.
question: would any of you like to live in space?
Yes.
Seriously?
Oh yeah. I have really bad FOMO. So if I knew like one person was doing it, I'd be like, I need to be doing it.
I'd love
Terrifying.
to visit space and like come back.
Javier thinks that one of the twists is going to be in the next episode. We find out that Stacy's character doesn't really speak fast. Everyone else is just slow.
So true.
Yeah, time has actually slowed down, and she didn't slow down with it.
Yep.
JJ is trying to get a clue and saying, wants to know if Dade's killer is on screen right now. And no, we will not tell you that.
You'll never know.
Anyway, we should probably start to wrap this up soon, but I want to just say thank you. Now that I have all of you here on screen, thank you for being part of this show and making this show so special and so much fun to work on. And I'm so proud of all of you, and I'm proud of this show. And to all the fans who are watching, I want to just say thank you so much for showing up again and again and being so supportive. Science fiction fans are the greatest fans in the world. In order to understand science fiction, they tend to be very smart people. We don't ever have to explain things to them because they get it. And then if they like it, they really are unbelievably supportive. If they don't like it, they let you know right away too. So I'm glad there wasn't too many of you letting me know that tonight. So thank you to everyone who showed up, who supports us. And like I said, check out the after show after the arc on Electric Now every week. And please watch the show on Sci-Fi Channel, on Peacock. And hopefully we'll get to make more of those and do more of these Facebook Live chats. Maybe we'll do this again for some of the upcoming episodes.
And
Yeah.
all you cast members that are overseas, thank you so much for staying up and doing this. You too, Christy, but it wasn't as hard for you.
Time in Canada, Christy.
Pardon?
What's the time there?
9:30 p.m. So grandma's got to go to bed.
Nice.
But it's so cool seeing all of you guys shine. You're amazing, each and every one of you. I'm very
too.
proud to be a part of this show.
So proud of each one of us. So
Yeah.
proud. Every cast member, every crew member.
Yeah,
I think we did some good work.
Me too.
It'll be fun to see how people
Like
react to the episodes.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of this. Good night. And West Coast, in about 30 minutes, you get to see this episode if you can stay up. Talk to you later.
Enjoy.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.